Love Your Life.
Love your life.
Love Your Life, a show like no other, one that aims to inspire you to live a life you love. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love your day.
Love your day.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love Your Life, prepared and presented by Sayyida Mayya Al Said.
Love your life.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all. You are tuned in to your nation station. You know who this is. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, on your show, Love Your Life. If you've never tuned in, you've missed a lot. We've talked about topics that matter, topics that make you think and hopefully change your life into one that you love. Not to say that you don't love it already. Of course you do, but to love it a bit more. If you have missed any of these episodes from Love Your Life, you are more than welcome to listen to them on my YouTube channel, The Sewist. That's the name I go about on social media. This show is live from now, 2:30 right up until 3:30, which means you're more than welcome to call me. And you can do so by dialing 2460 2058 2460 2058. The topic is today, love unconditionally. Before I dive in, I'd just like to remind you that this show will be repeated at 10 past midnight on Oman FM. So, love. It wouldn't be fair for me to call my topic, Love Your Life, and not talk about love. So, today we're talking about it. And as I said before, it's called Love Unconditionally. To me, love has, there are different types of love that we experience in our lifetime. Excuse my voice. But if I were to categorize it, I would categorize it into 4. There could be more than that. But just to make sense of, or for me to deliver the message the best way I can, I've decided to categorize it into 4. And we're going to go through them today. First, I would like to talk about the love that we have for our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Muslims, our life, I would love to think, is nothing more than a love story. And this is a quote that I found when researching this topic by Yasmin Mujahid. So she says, your life is nothing more than a love story between you and Allah. Nothing more. Every person, every experience, every gift, every pain is sent to your path for one reason only, to bring you closer to Him. If I wanted to summarize the relationship that we have with our Creator, this is a beautiful way of doing it. And I couldn't add anything more than what Yasmin Mujahid said. This is such a beautiful attribution to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to us, our relationship with Him, that everything that we do, everything that we experience in life, good or bad, is to bring us closer to Him. Subhanallah. And especially during this month of Ramadan, we can even be more closer to Him. And it could be a change of habit, something that we never used to do before, but we do now, for wanting to be closer to Him. And I'm sure you all agree, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This is the first love that I put, the love for our Creator. Let me know your thoughts. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. With me in the studio at the moment, sound engineer Salih Al Masrouri. And as you all know what I'm going to say, I'd love to hear from you, but Your safety and the safety of others is a priority. So please don't risk your life or the life of others to call me. The second type of love is the love of yourself. Self-love. Unconditional love in a relationship begins with oneself by loving yourself. You must first have a strong self-esteem, self-value, and self-confidence. This is not to say that you never have emotional difficulties or need support or extra attention. We all need that little attention. We all tend to doubt ourselves sometimes or not feel confident. But most of the time, you have your own back. You need to know that you can do this. You need to love yourself for everything that you are, the good, the bad, everything that is you. Because you're unique and so is everyone else. And you deserve to love yourself no matter what you've been through. And another quote I have from Yasmin Mujahid. Actually, not now. Let me finish. If you could see my notebook now, is so many scribbles. Because when I tried to research this topic, it was so vast. I was thinking, how am I going to convey what I really want to say? How am I going to make 1 hour, deliver these messages and let it be thought-provoking and ultimately life-changing? So going back to the self-love, before I share the quote that I have, another one of Yasmin Mujahid, you need to generally feel good about yourself, to like yourself, as I said, love yourself, and recognize the positive qualities that you bring to a relationship, no matter what that relationship is. It also means you can stand on your own 2 feet without requiring a romantic partner to define you or to complete you. Does this make sense? That you are not complete. Doesn't mean in order for you to be complete, you need to have somebody in your life. I'm referring to a marital spouse. Now let's dive into this quote that I have by Yasmin Mujahid. And she says, like Cinderella, we were taught that we are helpless unless a prince comes to save us. Like Sleeping Beauty, we were told that our life doesn't fully begin until Prince Charming kisses us. But here's the thing. No prince can complete you, and no knight is going to save you. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can. She just makes sense. This is a quote from Yasmin Mujahid. When we tend to go in a relationship, we tend to want that person to complete us because maybe there's a void we have and we think, no, I'm going to marry this person because this person is going to fill that void. What kind of responsibility, what kind of pressure are you putting on this other human being, essentially to make you happy, to complete this void? Any void that you have, any feelings that you're going through, you need to learn how to manage them. You need to learn how to love yourself despite them. You cannot ask somebody else to complete you because that's not going to happen. Guess what? He is or she is as well a creation. She's human. He will also have voids that he's expecting you to complete them. Now you feel the pressure because now it's on you to make this person happy. Happiness is something that comes from within. I've said this through the show. You can refer to so many of the episodes. It's like the heartbeat of Love Your Life is happiness. Anything that you want to do in your life, this is your choice. You cannot give that burden, that power to anyone else in your life, no matter who that person is. And if you were to seek happiness, if you were to fill a void, the only one that can give you that happiness is the one that has created you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and no one else. You're taking the pressure off your spouse to make you happy. Yes, there are things that they can do to make us feel loved, to make us feel appreciated, that will nurture this relationship and make it grow. But in no way is it their sole purpose for being with you is to make you happy. Their purpose is to love you for everything that you are, not to make you happy. That is your responsibility, your duty to yourself. Let me know your thoughts. I know this is quite heavy. As Ramadan ends, I feel the topics that are coming are quite heavy, but I think it's the way I want to go. I want to leave you guys really thinking about your life and everything that surrounds your life and everyone in it as well. So let me know your thoughts. The number to call is 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Just a reminder, this is your host Mayya Al Said on your nation station, and the program is Love Your Life. So we've talked about the different types of love. As the topic is today, love unconditionally. And I think we should all begin by loving ourselves for everything that we are and even everything that we aren't. Trust ourselves, believe in ourselves that we can be everything that we want to be. Before that, I also talked about the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The relationship we have with Him, I think we would be incomplete. We would not be in existence if it wasn't for Him. So that love should be first and foremost before yourself. And then I'd like to continue about self-love a little bit before I go for a break, which is, if you don't feel confident in yourself, you know you're capable, you don't see yourself as valuable, you don't see yourself as a person that has great qualities and attributes, then guess what? Your relationship will suffer. The pressure, again, that you're putting not only on that person but also on yourself is huge. And eventually, maybe not at the beginning, but eventually, if you continue to have that amount of pressure, your relationship is going to not end up being what you wanted initially to be. Your insecurities will have an impact on your partner, i.e., your happiness. The best thing you can do for your relationship is to learn to love yourself. I am eager, because I know you're all listening and you're all thinking, and I'm eager for you to share your thoughts on what I have said already. The topic is love unconditionally. I look forward to hearing your contributions right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Join us and our Ramadan chef every day from 3:30 to 4 p.m. during the holy month of Ramadan and experience flavors from around the world. Enjoy different flavors from around the world.
Exciting. Yummy.
An edgy rainbow.
Ramadan recipes. Keep your pens and papers ready. We take you around the world with different mouth-watering dishes.
I love that.
Absolutely saucy.
Have a little dessert at the end too, because you get to learn the recipes of every dish that's been set up.
So all of that combined, there you go.
With me, June Yogesh, assisted by Huda Sultan Al Zakwani.
Initialize sequence now.
Join Oman Radio's Big Time giveaway this Ramadan and win a Lexus GS350 on the last day. It's so easy to join. Just send SMS with your full name to 90465 and be the lucky one to bring home a brand new Lexus GS350. The more you send, the more chances of winning. Oman Radio's Big Time giveaway this Ramadan. Join now. Ramadan Mubarak.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is your host Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist, on your program Love Your Life. As I said earlier today, that I cannot have this show titled Love Your Life if I not even talk about love. So we're talking about it today. The topic is love unconditionally. You are more than welcome to join me. As you know the drill, this is a live show from 2:30 right up until 3:30. I am here live. You can call me by dialing 2460 2058, 2460 2058. If you've missed the first half of the show, I was talking about the different kinds of love. I'm sure there's so many out there, but the ones I want to focus on today are 4. I started with the one we have for our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then I talked about the importance of loving yourself before loving others, because if you can't love yourself, how do you expect others to love you? And how do you expect that relationship to work if you don't feel you're worthy of that love? Now to talk about the third type of love, which I think is very important, which is the love that we have for our spouse, our partners in life, I like to call it. And within the relationship itself, unconditional love is the ability to love the other person as they are, as a unique individual for all that they are. And that means the good and the bad, just as you love yourself, because we are not perfect and we cannot expect perfection from somebody else when we are not perfect. Again, that's putting unnecessarily pressure on the other person. What you can do is attempt to have a good life. I wouldn't say a perfect life, but it needs a commitment from both ends, not only on one end. And when you find someone who loves you as you are, and you are able to love them as they are, it is an amazing experience. And I say this with a smile on my face, because there are times I doubt that this can happen, but because there's so many problems, so many people don't even know how to be a husband or how to be a wife. So of course, normally problems will happen. But I do believe if there are efforts put in on both ends, the husband and the wife, then it can be a beautiful and an amazing relationship. I would love to hear your thoughts on today's topic, love unconditionally, on your nation station. You can call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. And there's no beautiful example, if we were to talk about successful or beautiful love stories, than the ones of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And there are two stories that pop to my mind. The story that his love story that he had with Sayyida Khadija radiallahu anha, and I found this online and I had to share this. And the story goes, once, years after Sayyida Khadija died, he came across a necklace that she once wore. When he saw it, he remembered her and began to cry and mourn. His love for her never died. So much so that later his wife, Aisha, became jealous of her. Once she asked the Prophet ﷺ if Khadija had been the only woman worthy of his love. The Prophet ﷺ replied, "She believed in me when no one else did. She accepted Islam when people rejected me. And she helped me and comforted me when there was no one else to lend me a helping hand." Subhanallah, such a beautiful, profound meaning of love. That is not just the words, "I love you." It's what you do. It's how you treat each other. It's how you speak to each other. That encompasses love. And I wish more spouses, both men and women, cherish this relationship. Cherish and nurture it by doing the best they can to make each other happy, instead of finding the faults in each other and making that, I don't know, making that like the core of what marriage is. And then even when somebody wants to get married, they say, "Oh, do you want that headache?" What headache are you talking about? The headache that you don't know how to love, or you don't know how to be loved, you don't know what it means to be married. Subhanallah, you are missing out on such a beautiful relationship if you're not willing to put in the effort. But the thing is, it has to be both ways. A marriage compromises of two lives, two emotions, two people. You need to see eye to eye on so many things in order to make your marriage work. Know that there are days that's going to be difficult. I know, this is life. Life is meant to be difficult. Life is meant to be experienced. Because only when you go through difficulties do you appreciate the goodness, the good times in life. Today we're talking about love unconditionally. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. We're talking about the spouse relationship, the love that you share. What kind of spouse are you? Think about it. When you have these examples, such as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ with Sayyida Khadija, how do you value that or compare that to your marital relationship? His stories are there to give us guidance on how to live our life. And I guess we have a caller. Salam alaikum.
Hello.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, brother?
I'm good. Hello, أختي ميا كيف حالك?
Alhamdulillah. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I just can't hear you. Your volume is very low.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Khalid.
Okay.
And see, I just had, what you're saying is very beautiful.
Okay.
And it really is, And it's just unfortunate that people have to go through the hardship, of maybe a failed relationship or something like that. I mean, this is from my experience, to really appreciate what true love is.
Yes.
So this is my only thing. And then another thing is, it takes, when it comes to, for instance, when you say real love, why is it always that it's never two-sided? It's very rarely two-sided. It's always one person that loves the other more than the other.
Yes.
And this is always an issue. And usually it's the person who loves the other person less, where the other person loves them more. This is always confusing for me.
I know what you mean. First of all, to your first point that says, why is it that we have to lose something in order to appreciate it? And it can go both ways. That's, sadly, that's how things go sometimes. And you don't realize what you have until you lose it. You think everything is okay, but then when they're no longer there, for whatever reason it may be, then you value them. But you didn't value them when they were there. You know what I mean? So that goes, again, both ways. And your second point of why is it that one person tends to love one the other, and it's usually the case, then I wouldn't say that is true love, in my opinion. True love means when both of you feel the same kind of feelings at the same time, because then it's called one-sided love. Wouldn't you agree?
But then my question is, how do you find true love? I mean, because if this is the case, I mean, that just makes things, that just says you have to go through hardships of finally maybe getting to a point where you actually deserve true love.
Sometimes it takes failed relationships, as you said, in order to understand when you find it, what is it, that this is true love. Because if you've only known true love the rest of your life, then that's the only love you know. So there's nothing to compare it to. Sometimes you have to go through bad things to appreciate the good. And if you are asking me, how do I know if it's true love? If I had that answer, I'd be a millionaire. I wouldn't be sitting here. But thank you so much, Khalid, for your call. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And I really like the show, and I like what you're saying. And there should be more love spread around this world. I think there'd be less wars and less problems. So yes. I agree with everything you're saying.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated. Alhamdulillah. I just, you guys bring me so much joy and happiness. I'm laughing in the studio. And this is what I love about this show. I love your contributions. And today we're discussing love unconditionally on your nation station. You're more than welcome to call me, share with me your thoughts on this topic by dialing 2460 2058, 2460 2058. So I was talking about the love that you have in a spouse, in a marital relationship. Unconditional love means, for both partners, putting yourselves, your relationship above all else in order to cultivate this relationship. If you're in a relationship, your husband, your wife, and you're not giving each other attention, you're putting everything else, the kids, and I know it can be difficult. I'm speaking to the mothers, I'm speaking to the fathers. The fathers maybe can be their friends or their job or whatever it is, and the mothers, their kids, the house, duties and everything. I know it can accumulate. I know it can be tough. But then again, you dedicated yourself. You chose to have this person, your partner, to be a husband or to be a wife. Then you owe it to yourselves to continue being the best despite whatever is happening in your life. You need to make yourselves a priority. You need to take some time, just the two of you, away from everyone else. Keep that love growing. Keep yourselves a priority, even when you're not really together. Say if you're away and something happens and comes up and you've scheduled some time together and something else comes up. If you can, you choose your spouse, even if you think, oh, but I'm going to see him later, but it's not going to be the same. You need to Make your relationship a priority, no matter what anyone says. And I said kids because kids can sometimes take a lot of energy. Not sometimes, they do. They take a lot of energy from both mothers and fathers, but specifically mothers. And then it's just, evening comes and you're just too tired and you just want to sleep. But that is not being fair on the spouse, on the father. So, and remember, the children are there because of the relationship you have with your husband. Had it not been for him, there wouldn't be those kids. So you can't forget the person that has, that you have chosen to be with. Don't neglect him. And vice versa, men, don't neglect your wives for whatever reason it may be. I'm talking about unconditional love on your nation station, a topic that not many might talk about. But you know me, I talk about topic that matters on your program, Love Your Life. You can call me and let me know your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? And you can do so by dialing 24 60 20 58, 24 60 20 58. In order for a relationship to have that kind of unconditional love, I think there's some things that couples need to be aware of. One, to have regular and open communication. Until today, I am shocked at how there are some couples that don't talk to each other. And if they do talk to each other, they talk to each other about not random things, but daily things. But they don't share their feelings. And if they do, it's done in such a way that it is, how can I say this? Not degrading, but disrespectful, because it's all emotion. You need to know how to talk to each other. You need to understand where you're coming from. You need to have empathy for one another. And you need to be able to talk to them about anything, no matter what topic it is, at any time of day. Because, as I said, life partner. So that's what it means. And to accept and embrace personality differences. I know this is a hard one. As I said, we are not perfect. Nor do we expect perfection. We know that we're different. We have to embrace that difference, even if it's things we don't like, because there are things in us that our spouse might not like. We're not here to change each other. We're here to live together and love each other despite our differences. Marriage is hard work. It's not like what you see in the movies, the hard work seems to be getting together. And once they get together, the movie ends. No. In life, this is where it actually begins. When you get together, when you start living together, this is where excitement happens. And this is where you have to harness all the patience, the love, your communication. You have to bring all that in. And guess what? You have to bring that in every single day. Expressing your feelings, your love, with small daily tasks. As I said, saying I love you, as beautiful as it sounds, I know it makes your heart go, however, butterflies in your stomach and whatever. Loving somebody is doing things. We have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Said.
How are you? Fine?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. I want to share one point.
Please do.
When every time we link our love with something general objective, it becomes less conditional. Like we love because of our Allah, God, we want to do work better for other people. Every time we link it with something big, then the conditional will be less. That's what I believe. But when we try to narrow our vision to something more, then there will be a lot of condition. How to love, how much we should love, what timing we're going to love. But when we link into something bigger objective, then our love will be constant and there will be limits for it.
So if I take what you say, which makes sense, by the way, if we say it in a purpose of, because I'm talking about spouse and marriage. So here we shouldn't look at it as the person. We should look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture for us is, مثلا, let us, have this relationship so it can guide us to Jannah, مثلا. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so something bigger than just about ourselves, yeah. Okay. That's what I feel.
Okay, that's a beautiful way. Thank you so much, Said.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. MashaAllah. It is a beautiful way to link your love or anything that you do actually in life to something bigger than you. Thank you, Saeed, so much for enlightening us with that. And we shall take a short break, but you know that I will be back to discuss love unconditionally on your nation station. Don't you go anywhere.
Oman FM present Ramadan Bonanza. Join June and the team on the nation station Oman FM every evening, 8 o'clock to 9 p.m. at Muscat City Center. Lots of prizes and surprises await you. Come along and be a winner. Ramadan Bonanza. This Ramadan, get inspired to be healthy and get all your health questions cleared with Dr. Ali Alawati on radio, Sultanate of Oman, from 4 o'clock to 5 p.m. Join us on Health Talk. Ramadan Mubarak.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Welcome back to your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist on social media. Today we're discussing love unconditionally. I've been talking about the different types of love. If you've missed it, I'll give you a recap. Before I do so, just want to remind you that this is a live show. I was here from 2:30 and I will be here inshallah right up until 3:30. The show will be repeated at 10 past midnight on your nation station, Oman FM. You're more than welcome to call me. The whole point of the show is for you to call me, interact, let me know your thoughts, give me some insights. Let me know, share with me. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. If you've missed the show or you want to hear it again, you can do so, as I said, at the repeat at 10 past midnight, or also go onto my website. Not my website, well, you can go, it's there, but mainly my YouTube channel, and just type in the Sewist and you shall get all the episodes, inshallah. Love unconditionally. What is love unconditional? What is unconditional love? That is a beautiful way. Love is a beautiful feeling. But some people have conditions. And we're talking about loving unconditionally, loving yourself unconditionally, loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unconditionally, loving the people around you. And now I've talked about the spouse relationship, excuse me, and we're also going through the points that would help you achieve that kind of relationship. So I talked about regular and open communication, accepting each other's differences. The third one is forgive and forget. I know another... Sorry, my voice is going now. Do we have a call? Okay. I thought we had a call, but we don't. So forgive and forget. I know. Easier said than done. I get you. But it's all part of life. Sometimes we do things they're mistakes that we do. As spouses, or as anyone actually, in any relationship, you have to be able to forgive and forget. Some say that they will be able to forgive, but they can't forget. As long as it doesn't stop you, as long as it doesn't change the way you treat them, that should be okay. But another thing is, don't bring it up when something goes bad and you think, oh, you remember you did this. This is where forget should help, because it shouldn't come up. You've had the situation, you've moved on, you've forgiven each other, and that's it. It's the end. You put a full stop, you bury it, and you don't talk about it again. Otherwise, it's just you just keep on opening the wound, and it doesn't have time to heal. So how will you be happy if you just keep hurting yourself? And I believe we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you, brother?
Fine. My name is Rakesh, calling from Salala.
Thank you so much, Rakesh, for calling. What are your thoughts today?
Yeah, generally I used to avoid to talk in radio, but your subject is so interesting, so I could not able to stop myself.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad.
Yeah, this love is unconditional is very true, because when you have a condition, then it is a business, not a love.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Beautifully put, yeah.
Yeah, and this love is a very positive attitude of the human kind of being.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We should have more people.
And it's in a different perspective. It is a different type of love,
True. It depends.
So that understanding is very much required.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's so true. Go ahead, Rakesh. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so the positive spirit, if you want, then you should love unconditionally. I can say that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rakesh. And I'm so glad that you called me today. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you. Most welcome.
You're welcome. Have a good day. So Rakesh brought in a really nice, he said something that he said, love should be unconditional, because if it is conditional, then it's a business deal, which I really liked, and it rings so true. But there are some things that we require, in love, and there are some things that we do not allow in love. We do not allow love to be hurtful. Love shouldn't hurt me, and I shouldn't hurt. Love is meant to be, as Rakesh well pointed out, it's a beautiful and it's a positive thing. And when it starts being hurtful, you need to tell that person that, this is being hurtful. You need to be able to communicate, which is one of the points that I said. In order to have a beautiful marriage, that you need to be open and in every aspect and be able to communicate your feelings. We are talking about unconditional love, or love unconditionally, on your nation station live show, which means just as my callers were able to contribute, that you are able to call me, and I hope you do. And you can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. This show will be right until 3:30, and there'll be a repeat of this show at 10 past midnight. So if you're listening to this at midnight, this show has already been recorded at 2:30 right up until 3:30. If you want to contribute, call me now. All right, so moving on to the points that I have for having this beautiful kind of marriage is loving each other for the joy of loving, without thought of what you get in return. Similar, this is not a business deal. If I love you, I will love you for the sake of loving you and not expecting anything in return. Well, maybe I expect to be loved back, especially in a relationship. That is what it is. Maybe the only deal that we have is I love you and you love me in return. And that is not asking too much, is it? Especially if we know the person that we want to be with. There are certain characteristics and certain things that we found in one another. And we're committing to loving each other despite whatever happens exteriorly, not interiorly. In the relationship, there are some things that we will not tolerate, such as emotional abuse, physical abuse, any kind of abuse of any kind. That's not tolerable. And we have to love ourselves enough to get out of such relationships, because it's not bringing you happiness. And this is not what love is about. Subhanallah. I know this is a difficult topic, but one that I wanted to share because it is important. And brings me to my next point, which means unconditional love does not mean I love you if you hurt me. It does not mean I love you if you hurt me. If you hurt me, then we have to part ways, or you have to change your ways. If not, we're worthy to be loved. We deserve to be loved by our partner. I can see Saleh with 2 hand headsets, so I'm assuming. Oh, we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you, sister?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. This is Warda Kashmiri. How are you?
I'm very well now that I've heard your voice. So tell me your thoughts.
Today about your topic, it's mashallah again, very, very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I also want to contribute in this one.
Please do.
Because I always listen your voice. With your voice, it makes me to contribute myself in your program.
Thank you so much. I'm honored
Your voice is mashallah, mashallah, too beautiful.
Thank you so much, Habibti. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, about the love, today is your topic about love. So, love means to love someone unconditionally and accept him or her with all his dislikes and likes.
True.
And want to give one quote about love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
Because I saved in my phone, so I can share with you.
Thank you.
If you love someone, you better prove it, because love is not a noun to be defined, but a verb to be act on it.
That's so true. The power of love is not by the words, it's in the actions, it's in the way and the things you do to your partner or for your partner.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your call.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Have a nice day.
You too. Ma'a salama. Sometimes I'm at loss for words because I'm just so glad that so many people are listening to the show, are enjoying it, and you're sharing with me. And it's making you think and hopefully value the relationship that you're in. This is, if you've just joined us, your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist. And your program, Love Your Life. We're talking about love unconditionally. And you are more than welcome to call me. Share with me your thoughts, your quotes, whatever it is you want to contribute to the show by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058, and we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, ma'am?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, good. MashaAllah, today once again you are giving good subject. But just I want to put one small, this one. Please. When we love, it means there should be Newton's third law. Means to say that opposite side also should be equal reaction, not necessarily only one side.
Yes, because
so sometimes we might show our expression, other side if it is not coming, we cannot find always where we get the proper this one affection from both the sides. So always before giving any love to unconditional anyone, so we should have first of all the frequency matching. Yes,
true.
We know each other, inshallah, we might lead a good, happy life. Then we can express our love.
Yes, of course. The love I'm talking about is love in marriage, not before love. I don't believe we should invest our time.
Okay, marriage is obviously conditionally, unconditionally, you have to accept it. There is no point of, I can say that, yes, it's a lifetime bonding agreement, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So we have to mutually understand each other. We have to sacrifice, we have to compromise, we have to give, or sometimes we have to take. It's completely give and take policy, again, I can say that.
True, but it has, in order for it to work, it has to be on both ends.
Of course,
not only one-sided.
Just it can't be one side. I cannot clap the hands with one hand.
That's very true. But unfortunately, many of the marriages, they tend to suffer or have problems because it's only one-sided. Only one will put in the effort to make this marriage work. And if that's the case, then it will not work.
I agree with you, but sometimes external pressures will be there, what we have seen in our life. Even though both couples want to live happily, other people, they'll interfere in the personal matters, they'll change their mind, they'll make them to take the wrong decision.
Yeah, but that's why I said, brother, in the beginning, a couple of minutes, that in order for this to work, the husband and the wife have to put their relationship a priority. This is not like a book I don't read, okay, I'll change. No, as you said, this is a lifetime commitment. And you have to put yourselves first. This relationship is a special bond, one that there is no other relationship you will have with this person than with this person. So it needs to be a priority in your life.
Definitely, you are right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Well, this is Mohsen speaking from Ibrahim.
Hi, Mohsen. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I need to appreciate for all those beautiful, statements, all those beautiful thoughts which are coming out from a very well-educated person like you.
Thank you so much.
Well, to be very honest, all those topics that you guys are selecting are extremely deductive. And it can change the life of many people or many listeners who are listening to your actually program.
Yeah, which is the aim of the
I
show.
just wanted to admire that. Actually, this is my third time that I've been happened to listen to your program. And yesterday even I tried to call you to talk about the topic that you were talking, but unfortunately I couldn't get the phone number you used to,
I should say it more often.
What does it say? The number a little bit fast, and I was driving.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, I don't have radio in my home, and I couldn't sit in the car with AC because it was so hot. Anyways, apart from that, I just want to talk about today's topic, which is a topic that I myself, as a lecturer, university lecturer, used to speak and share with my students many times in Iran, in India, and now in Sultanate of Oman. Unconditional love is, something, it's a very common topic, and but unfortunately people are putting a blind eye to this.
Yes.
So, we have to...
Mahsen, I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Oh.
Okay, I can hear you now. Don't move.
Whether my voice is clear. Is it better right now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that love is something which is, of course, the world, I think, needs it, And as you were talking yesterday about attitude, which is the most important, in fact, factor that I myself, emphasizing in my life to everyone, no matter where I'm working, no matter where I am. But I always say the world needs attitude, and that must be a very positive and perfect one.
Yes.
So all these, concepts such as love or respecting people, all these things comes out from attitude. And this is the most crucial and, in fact, the most important word, according to one of the philosophers. This is one of the most important word in dictionary. First of all, I think we have to work on our attitude, how to build our, we should learn how to make a perfect personality at the very, very beginning when we are growing up. And this is not going to happen, this personality not going to shape unless two main factors should help it.
Okay.
One, of course, family.
Yes.
The first one is family, and the second one is our schools and education system.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, in educational system, especially when after secondary school, when students go to college, this factor is kind of, as I believe, since I've been working here for 1.5 years, this factor have been ignored, unfortunately. I mean, teachers hardly work on this, and because this is the time that all young people, they're trying to fall in love, and they try to, select their better half.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, they fail to even share a single sentence regarding personality development, regarding humanity, regarding that how to be a perfect, human being in upcoming days, and upcoming days. And they fail to do this.
Yes.
So when all of us, even parents, when parents hardly get time to speak with their kids at the very beginning when they are young, so how come we come to know the real meaning of love in our life? So first, these two factors must be done in a perfect way with the help of social media, the job that you guys are doing, and even on TV.
Yes.
In schools especially, teachers must be trained, must be told that they have a job beyond teaching some kind of, sciences or English and all this stuff that all of us are doing. So our teaching job is beyond that. The first mission is teaching humanity. This must be considered beside our teaching thing, stuff, and so that we can change the life of many people at the same time. We can change the life of many students in our life with a single sentence sometimes. As you know that sometimes one sentence, sometimes one person can change someone's life, and because that person, can be considered as a role model.
Yes.
So this is, two factors I just wanted to mention. Although I'm a lecturer and I would like to speak more, but I'm sure that you don't have that much time, so I just need to wrap it up here.
Thank you so much, Mahsen.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for
and
your
I hope that one day I get the chance to even visit your studio, and because I have a lot of ideas on this, and I'm really happy that people like you guys, are doing such a great job, and I hope that you people, you guys do the same program in TV also. Even you can make some kind of, videos, some kind of clips, psychological, things, some psychological, didactic type of, documentary.
Yes.
In order to aware parents those psychological, points that they have to do in their home and even in the educational system. So that, after learning all this stuff, we as young people will come to know that how to love, how to respect our our elder one, and how to keep that relationship as an everlasting one.
MashaAllah. Marcin, I love, first of all, that you called, and as a lecturer, it sounded like I was sitting in one of your lectures, and I was writing notes.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered. Thank you very much.
And I appreciate all these creative ideas. Inshallah, we will aim to do that. But please visit my website, the Sewist.me, and then you can send me an email through there, and then we can, see how we can make these ideas come to life. Thank you so much.
It's going to be my honor.
Jazakallah khair.
Not only to serve as a teacher in this life, in this country, but also as a fellow citizen, because Oman is just like my second country. Because basically I'm from Iran, but my relatives are here and they're Omania, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
So this is my honor, and I will be absolutely at your service. I will try to find your website, inshallah, right now.
Inshallah.
And definitely I will share my knowledge as much as I can in a very humble way.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much, Mahsin. Have a lovely day.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Ma'as-salama. Thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you, your calls. You're listening to me from wherever you are in the world. I know I have some listeners who are not from Oman, and they're probably from my social media following, and I appreciate the time difference. They send me some clips. Really, I am truly honored, and I'm glad. This is all the way of showing love. I am showing love to you by being here today and every day during the month of Ramadan on your nation station. I think it's Frank's turn now, so we'll take a short break, and we will be right back on your nation station to discuss unconditional love. Don't go anywhere.
There's so much more when you tune in and win daily with Oman FM's Ramadan Bonanza.
Ramadan Bonanza.
Amazing prizes and surprises every night this Ramadan with June, live at the Muscat City Center. And get a chance to win a return air ticket. Muscat, Sri Lanka, Muscat, courtesy of Sri Lankan Airlines. All you gotta do is just answer the question. There is an ancient rock in Dambulla, Sri Lanka. What is it called? Then send an SMS to 90407. The next lucky winner will be announced 8:30 p.m. June 20th, 2017. So, what are you waiting for? Start texting now. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook page, 90.4 Oman FM. Ramadan Bonanza, nightly from 8 to 9 p.m. with June, here on the Nation Station. Join now.
Love your life.
Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, on your program, Love Your Life. Today we are talking about love, unconditional love. And you are more than welcome to call me because I'm here right up until 3:30. Not much time left, just a couple of minutes. So please, if you have anything to share, please do. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. My last caller, Mohsen, told me that I was saying the numbers too fast, so that was slow. Recap of what today is about. Today is about loving unconditionally. Subhanallah, there are a couple of things from a couple of callers that made sense. One was, I believe, Sayyida Ramadani, if I'm not mistaken. He said to link this love to something bigger than yourself, which I thought was very powerful, because once the focus is lifted from you, then it makes more sense, and you tend to give more because you're not really expecting anything in return, and because you have a higher purpose. And today's category, today's topic falls into 4 categories. There's the love you have for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the love you have for yourself, which is essential to loving anyone else in your life. You have to begin with who you are. The love of a spouse. I know I have really spoken a lot about this topic, or this particular category, just because I know there are many who suffer, and I wanted to just give an insight onto that. And the other one is, you know, the love that we have for our family, our parents, our kids. Those also deserve our love, and it is also unconditional, as well as the other relationships. And just like the last caller said, Mahsen, that sometimes it's just your attitude. To be able to love somebody is a way of caring as well. And it doesn't have to be people you know. It can be total strangers. Holding the door for somebody says you care. You might not really love them and want to go into a relationship with them, but just the fact that you're being respectful, you're being a good person. And subhanAllah, not only do you get thawab of it, you make that person's day. You make them happy. You make them feel valued and appreciated. So that in itself is a way of loving one another. We can love everyone, and everyone can love us. But even when you do something, for example, you hold the door for this person, you don't expect this person to hold the door for you. You just do it because you can. And it's a way of appreciating a human being. And the world as of now is full of negativity and full of sadness and tears, and I don't even want to listen to the news anymore. But this is life, and I hope through this program that we're able to find this positive in this negative situation that we're living. And I want to be one of those positive things in your life. When it comes to loving each other or loving anyone, these are some rules that I think are very important. Love is not about how you feel, it is more about how you act. Remember that love is not just a word, it's what you do with it. Just a reminder that you are more than welcome to call me. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Maybe I can take just one more call, and it has to be super short. Adapt your love to others. Love is received and given to others in many different forms, and there isn't one size that fits all philosophy, just as clothes. There are different ways of loving different people, but it all can be a form of love. And it's a conscious decision that you make every single day. Every single day. Give unconditional love to yourself first and foremost. Learn to forgive yourself and forgive others. Practice unconditional love with a simple act every day, not expecting anything in return, similar to the example I gave you of holding the door. Okay, we have a quick caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm
fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. On the topic today that you're discussing, loving unconditionally, and you're talking about your spouse.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, is it possible that you can continue to love unconditionally in a marriage when you have been cheated on?
Wow. Okay, that was very heavy. It is okay. It can be done because there are some people who have done it, but you have to really speak with your spouse and know what was the reason for cheating. But you can overcome this, and but it has to stop there, and you have to know the reasons from that. Who the spouse is, they have to confront each other and say, okay, this has happened. I still love you. Do you still want to be in this relationship? What has happened? And maybe you have to involve like a marriage therapist or something in order to get over this.
I mean, the earlier points that you are making, forgive and forget, you have to move forward and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very difficult, in a situation like this.
Yes.
And you always have this aspect of, you want to move forward. You do want to love unconditionally, but when you've been under such stress or such, you go through those emotions, you question yourself. Is that really possible to continue?
Habibti. I know what you mean, and I know when I say these things, it's like talking about the ideal situation. And there are some times we are confronted in situations that, as you said, we question ourselves. But people do make mistakes. But we have to know that, was that really a mistake, or is it a sign that they no longer want in on this relationship? So that is something you have to deal with. And if whoever this person is, if they really need more help, there is the Whispers of Serenity Clinic. I'm a life coach there. There's somebody they can talk to. They don't have to go through this alone.
Okay.
Thank
you for that.
You're most welcome. If you want
Thank you for such a great program.
You're most welcome. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Okay, we have come to the end of the show. I know that what I'm saying here is an ideal situation, and I know that some people are really suffering, and the things I say might question them and or their situation in life. All I'm going to end is, you're not alone, and you can seek some help, and it can be overcome as long as two people want the same result. Thank you. Oops, pen fell. Thank you so much for your time. I've gone over time by 1 minute. I appreciate all your you listening to me, and we shall be back tomorrow, same time, on your nation station at 2:30. From Frank and myself, this is Ma Salama.
Love your life.